they don't think of the health of the population. They just think of the technology, how they can make it smaller and smaller and more effective. And that should be combined, that the health and the gadget technology would be together, that they would think that, hey, we don't want this, we don't want this, we would like to have something that is less destructive. Now I heard that a couple of years ago they were planning, like Nokia, giving mobiles, quote, quote, even to babies. I mean, very, very small children, under 3. That was stopped. And they didn't do it because in international congresses they sometimes show the truth. They don't show the truth in the mass media and radio, TV, and the papers, but in the conferences they show it. And that was clearly about the dangers, especially for babies and children under 18, because their skull is not thick enough and their neurology system hasn't developed enough. So they stopped. So that can also happen. Then they were planning, that hasn't happened yet, like with the tobacco industry, that now they are putting labels that tobacco may be hazardous to your health, because after that they are not liable for the damages. They said, well, look, you smoke and we warned you. So we're thinking that putting that on labels on the mobiles too, but that maybe at least it would help with the parents not giving the babies and the children. If it would state that this causes maybe not only hazardous for your health, but causes maybe brain tumors.
It always says in the instruction manual, when you read them carefully, also with household machines and so, it says research shows that electromagnetic fields are not dangerous. But when, according to Nokia in Finland, I heard a doctor once said that Nokia was not researching in mobile phone communication, but dialing up your cortex, talking about, you know, controlling the minds of people. Right. And what we are seeing, because if just people would try to not use their mobile phone for a week, unplug all the wireless equipment in the house for a week, they will change dramatically. Normally within 2-3 days, people, they are sleeping much better. Their skin starts to be much more soft in the face. They start to feel much more better because the constant pulses of the microwaves is gone. So they can be free again and then connect to what they truly are.
That's exactly so, but it's never coming out normally in the mass media that mobile phone makes you also addictive. Like the PC, your data, you know, you get addicted to it. And you can see it with youth, school children. I mean, they are always on the phone, and it's right there, and sometimes they have several of them, and they can't live without it. And if you take it away, you know, it's a big cry, no, you can't do this to me. Because they have gotten the addiction already, which is probably sent with a certain frequency to them, to their brain. So we have a lot of cleaning up to do, also technically, in this world. But it has to start from within, because that is, of course, most important. And when you raise your level of your vibrations, then you also automatically start seeing things differently, and then you stop using a mobile or not sitting so much in front of the TV, you know, of the mind control programs that they have in certain films, and they have a very, very devastating and bad effect. But it has to come from here first.
And the parents, you know, I wonder, I know people who have children. I don't have any children. But, you know, I've done all this work for children and coming generations, because I see what's going on. And I said, okay, I've been doing this since I was 33. And I say, okay, I cannot do this work if I have a child, because, you know, I'm putting myself in the front line. But I did it to the children. But the ones I know who have children, why do they give their children mobile phones?
Because they don't know.
They know, the ones that know, they know very well, but they are afraid to think what people will think about them. They are afraid that their kids will be, you know, in the schools, the other kids will make fun of them and say, oh, you don't have a mobile phone and so. We all have to step out of all these comfort zones, or what you should do and what you should not do, and listen within.
Yeah, you should not listen to what others think about you if you feel that you're doing the right thing. Because others do not know what your mission is. I don't know what somebody's mission is whom I don't know. So why should I interfere with his life or her life and say you should do this and this, oh you can't do this and this. Like I know a friend of mine was criticized because she wasn't crying at the funeral of her husband. You know, oh, you're not crying even. She couldn't. She was so in shock that she couldn't even cry. And she was criticized for it. And I thought that's pretty mean of other people to put their own frames on somebody's behavior and say, you have to behave like this. You can't behave like that. We're all individuals. And we behave the way we feel is correct for us. And others should not interfere as long as we don't hurt anybody. I think you can do anything as long as you have the clear mind, I will never hurt anybody. Then you can do what you want. And you can use your mind capacity, or rather your spirit, your light body, your telepathic, your clairvoyance, to expand and help others. Because many people need help and they are afraid to ask. You know, it's sort of shameful that I would need help. I'm not going to do that, especially not males, right? So you can help them. Honest, you're not that kind, but there are many. You can help them unconsciously so they don't know. You can send them love, energy, love, love, love. Every day, just put them into your thoughts and send them love. And they don't know about it. And even if they're sick, they may get better because of you sending them love frequency and healing frequency. And it's been researched in the States quite a bit with some excellent doctors that they are doing also healing with operations. And where they're giving healing with operations and afterwards, those patients recover much faster than those that are operated normally and only get the medical treatment. So even that should come to the main medical media, but it doesn't. Medical journals don't print anything of healing. I've tried many times. No, even if it's facts, so-called school medical facts. No, because it changes everything. And that's what we want. That's what we need. We need a change of attitude, what it is to be a human being on this planet.
Yes, we do. And when you talk about the healing frequency, to heal people, and the love frequency, you know, I often wonder, because if you look at healers, clairvoyants and others, you know, they always mostly use a mobile phone. And many of them have wireless equipment, and so even in their clinics and so. And I just say, you know, everything is about energy, frequency and vibration. And for me, what I know about these things, and I believe I know just a bit of it, you know, it doesn't go together. The wireless society doesn't go together with healing.
That's right. That's right, but on the other hand, we do need also modern equipment to be in contact with people, but it doesn't have to be in the healing room anyway. No. It should be somewhere else. Like someone said, you can't get rid of mobile phones, they have come to stay. That's true. But we can influence so that they would be less dangerous for our health. And that, of course, is technology. And that's why the medical has to work together with the technology, so that it is less and less and less radiation that is bad. But what they're doing now, they're increasing. So they are more dangerous to our brain capacity and our brain and our health than they were in the old days, so-called. And when you think of it, about 20 years ago, people lived without mobiles. I mean, they were able to. Now they are not able to. They have to be there all the time and talk in the bus and the train and the trick and whatever. That's so important that they're 24 hours there.
That's
it's crazy.
They're disconnected, so they need
That's
the connection tool to feel alive. Because without the phone, they don't feel alive.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but anyway, I do think that it is very, very negative for the health of people and for the communications too, because instead of you know, going to meet somebody and sit down and talk,
social energy.
Yeah, they watch TV. For instance, I've often gone to visit somebody, and we say hello, hello, and get a cup of coffee, and then they switch on the TV, and 2 hours go, and everybody watches the TV. Now that was not meant to be as a social visit, but this is the way it has become. It sort of hypnotizes you. And that, of course, can change. Click. But then somebody in the family just I want to see that program, you know. So there are many ways to sort of do things.